Yeah. So, yo, what's up? Sitting here, I'm testing audio. I'm thinking about doing some podcasting, I guess you want to call it. Um, just shooting the shiznit. Uh, yeah. So, for those who have not embarked upon our new movie, Homies Battle from the Block, it's an animation that was started by some content that I was posting on Instagram and my other channels. It's just really two guys sitting on a bench having hypothetical conversations. And it really started to get really a lot of attention. So I was like, wait, let me just make this into a feature film. So I called up Handmaster Flash and said, "Yo, man, we're gonna have a whole lot more stuff coming your way in terms of the audio work because the voices in Homies Battle from the Block are me and Handmaster Flash, the original from B Force. Back in the day, we put our first record out, and that was over 30 years ago. And it's only fitting that my first cartoon I put out, I do it with my man Handmaster Flash. Um, cut it in mellow. Cut it in mellow. For those who know, you know. But yeah. So I'm testing out my audio now, and I think I'm gonna come on a lot more, um, just to talk about things in the way that I see things. I don't try to get too political about the world because politics and music is pretty much like it's very personal to the people that are involved in it. So to have a conversation or argument with somebody about all this current stuff is just like it's a waste of my time. Um, Music is like grandma's chicken. You want to argue with somebody about who makes the best chicken, they're going to say grandma, their grandma. Grandma chicken could absolutely, positively be ass. But, but it, even if it's ass, it's like, it's the chicken they grew up with and the chicken that they love and the chicken that they like, and you can't argue with nobody about that. So I don't think that I try not to get too deep into those conversations, um, But I do have a lot of things that I look at in a certain way, and you know, my opinion really is for my for people that actually care about my opinion, and you know how that goes. But but yeah, so I want to play this scene. So if you don't know, if you want to get on, if you want to get to watch the movie Homies Battle for the Block, you can download an app onto your Fire Stick called what is it? Fawsome TV. It's spelled like awesome with the letter F. I'll bring that up for a second. I'm also testing to see how some of this stuff works. Um, so Fawsome streaming, you can download it onto your Fire Stick or your bear with me here, onto your Fire Stick or your Roku or your Fire TV. Um, so, and when you get on the app, then you want to type, you want to type in Homies Battle. This is a character. This is Handmaster Flash's character here. But if you want to see, this is the website, Fawsome.tv, but you're going to want the app. And when you get the app, what you want to do is you go into their search engine. It's I gotta put this on a bigger screen. You go into their search engine, and then you can let's see here. I can't find. I have to bring this back over to a bigger screen. so tiny. I have it on a really tiny monitor, and I'm trying to navigate the mouse so I can see, so I can drag it back onto. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna mirror these screens so that you can see. Da, 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 da. All right, so Falston.tv. Well, if you're doing it on your Fire Stick, you wouldn't need any of this anyway. Um, so I just want to show you the spelling, and the spelling is Falsum.tv, and the other streaming platform that is playing the movie is called, I think it's, is it Scratch? Wow, I don't even remember. It, I'll look it up and show it to you later. But now what I'm going to show you is here's a scene from Homie's Battle for the Block, and in this scene, Flash and Joe, they're sitting there just having a conversation about they're having a conversation about Bitcoin, and and a friend of theirs who knows a lot about Bitcoin rolls up and starts to, have a conversation about Bitcoin. And while this conversation is going on, um, the character's mother shows up. And every time she shows up, she has like a message for her son just to try to keep him alive. And this song that she sings a song to him live, and it embarrasses him a little bit, but it's called "Don't Die in These Streets." So I'm gonna go ahead and play that real quick. Let's see.
So let me get this straight. If I buy one Bitcoin, then it drops, I'm broke. But if it goes up, I'm rich?
Exactly. It's like playing Monopoly with real money. Except instead of Boardwalk, you end up stressing in your auntie's basement.
So it's just gambling?
It's gambling for people who wear turtlenecks and say, I'm in tech, but still owe Sally Mae.
What's up, my dudes?
Hey, yo, Kenjo, just in time. We was talking Bitcoin. You still got that crypto you bought in 2021?
Man, I got a .0002 Bitcoin and depression.
Oh, snap. Hey, Kenjo, here come your mom.
Kenjo, don't forget it's trash day, baby.
Okay, cool, Ma.
Oh, and another thing.
Let me talk to you real quick, babe. Talk to you real quick, babe.
Oh, Lord.
You out here looking like a pack of bad decisions. Don't do it to yourself.
Oh, my God, she bought the remix.
You got on 300 shoes, but oh, your mama rent. Hanging with them corner clowns where your whole day went. Acting like you're hustling, but you're stuck on repeat. Keep on playing dumb, you gon' die in these streets. Don't die in these streets. No, baby, no. They got potholes, stray bullets, and folks laying low. You got dreams, you got skills, but you're flirting with defeat. Better use that brain. Don't die in these streets. You post and grind mode memes, but you sleep till 2. Chasing likes on the gram, but your lights past due. You're tough on TikTok, real loud in your tweets, but can't dodge life when it's swinging these streets. Look, I ain't trying to kill your vibe, but I done buried too many fools with potential. Ain't no diploma on a tombstone. Wait, don't die in this shit. I said what I said.
I swear, y'all, my life is a Tyler
You
Perry
can get a
episode.
job or a hustle. Just keep your head. They'll laugh when you rise. They'll cheer when you eat. But first things first, don't die in these streets. Live long enough to glow up, baby. Don't let a block that don't love you write your ending.
This song got more wisdom than my GED book.
Yo, I want to say something about that last line that she said. She said, "Don't let a block that don't love you be your ending." That's cold. That's a cold line right there. That's bars right there. She said, "Don't let a block that don't love you be your ending." I just wanted to highlight that real quick. You know, I love this movie. I love everything about it. So make sure you check it out. It's again, it's Folsom TV, spelled FAWEFO. I mean, SOM. Sorry. Anyway, I'm sitting there reading something at the same time. So it's FAWESOME.TV, and you just put in search. You download the app onto your Fire Stick, onto your Roku, whatever. You know, you have Fire TV. It's also, I think it's Snatch or Scratch TV as well. I'll post it later. I think I've already posted on another site. I could check it out real quick on my let me see here. Film Hub. Let's see here. Open it up. Close that. Log in. Don't let a block that don't love you write your ending. That's it's Stash. Stash TV. STASH TV. So you can download the Stash TV app onto your streaming device and watch the movie as well. So our goal is to get it up to Tubi. Tubi pays out a little bit more, and but yeah, it's I definitely wanted to to highlight what's going on with that movie for people who haven't seen it. That's a taste of some of the music that's in it. I think I posted recently my Larry, was it? Hold on a second. Stinky Larry don't want to be a crackhead no more. And I'm also working on a film. My next film, the next release is called Grumpy Joe. And Grumpy Joe is, what's in my that I have in my my cover page is basically a comedy. It's a stand up comedian named Grumpy Joe. Of course, it's me, my voice, my jokes. And I always wanted to do like a stand-up comedy type thing. I love comedy, but I don't want to be on stage doing comedy. So I let my character do it for me. And it's going to be pretty funny. So it's a full concert. The movie's probably going to be around 75 to 80 minutes. And so that's the next release. I have 4 releases slated for this year and grinding them out, trying to get them done. So that's where we are in terms of what Still Breeze Entertainment is doing. So yeah, that's pretty much the magic that's happening here now, and we my wife and I and associates, people that are helping with these projects, are grinding it out to keep it moving. So I Sorry. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here, play around with this live, play around with the app, and see what the quality is like. I've had in the past, I've had situations where I've tried to go live and I really didn't like the way it sounded, the way it looked. So I did some adjustments and also the softwares have actually gotten better. So that's where I am in terms of what I'm doing. I do have views and thoughts and things I want to talk about as far as technology goes, um, and other things that are going on, and how right now I think that with all the drama that's going on with everything in the world, this is the optimum time for people to create and to be creative, because music and art does change the world. We've had a whole era of music that dictated a certain personality, a certain temperament, a certain amount of anger, and that music has seemed to, well, it has permeated actual people. I mean, there's people dying because of music. There's people dying. I mean, there've always been people dying over it, but it's like not to this degree where an artist can go on to a streaming platform and say something that would ultimately end his life. So it's definitely a different world. Um, so as for creators, I think you need to be the change. Like if you have all the tools in the world that we have now, make it easier for artists to be artists. A lot of people have problem with technologies and using new technology, but the thing is, it's about playing catch up, and AI gives people the ability to catch up. And it's funny because I see all these arguments. I see people going back and forth about AI. I think the latest thing is about AI singers. And if you think about it, technology has always replaced the artist. Nobody really seemed to complain that much when the drummer was replaced by the drum machine, when the horn section was replaced by a keyboard and software, when everybody in the band has been replaced. It's almost, it's sad, but it's like when auto tune allowed the good singer to be replaced by a person who can't sing at all. It was only like destined to happen that singers are going to be replaced as well. So every instrument in the band has been replaced. Now they're going to replace the singer, and it's it's what you do. I mean, there's still going to be people who want to see live music. There's still going to be people who want to see live singers. That's not going to go away. But the technology's not going to go away either. And one of the good things about technology taking over with certain things is if you look at the record business, the record business is inherently evil in the sense of there are people who can't sing, can't make any music, but they're multi-billionaires off the backs of artists. There are artists who pour their heart and soul into music and making music, and they they basically get a mere pittance of what they actually make from the record company. Record companies will rob and rape you blind. And if you look at just the transformative way that every time the record company thinks that it's like robbing and raping and ripping these artists to death, some type of technology comes along where artists can make money. And let's look at it like this: when it was just vinyl and artists are making vinyl, record companies are paying them like maybe 5% of what the album makes, 10% of what the album makes. And so then it got even worse because they decided to make an album may have cost them about $1 or $2 to make the vinyl if they're buying in bulk. So then they moved on to CDs, and CDs was costing them about 15 cents or less to make a CD. But they were still getting the same amount of money that they were getting for albums, right? So the artist is even jerked even further because it doesn't take that much money to produce the record, a lot less money, and they're still robbing the artist of on the amount that they get from these records. So what happens? Because they put it on a digital CD, now on the CD is easy to put in your computer, break it down, and share the files. So what that did for the artists is it allowed artists to be able to take those MP3s, send them to everybody in the world. It's like, look, they're getting jerked anyway. They're not getting enough money anyway. So they take these MP3s, and you had artists that could blow up overnight on the internet because they were able to send out CDs and get them shared and shared and shared and shared. And now the artist that wasn't getting paid properly anyway, now is a major hit, and that artist can tour the world because his music has been all over the world. So where the record company came in and tried to screw the artist by not paying them enough money for records, and then they made even more money with CDs and didn't increase the amount that the artist made. So it's like, cool, but you made them in the CDs. It's a digital platform. That digital platform can be repleted. It's not like back in the day when there were cassettes. If you had one cassette, you played the cassette, you made a copy of it, and every time you made a copy of it, the music got worse and worse and worse and worse. But with MP3s, the digital music basically was being able to be duplicated 1,000,000 times and not lose any quality. So an artist could basically get his music online for free and give it to the world, and like everybody, and if the song is good, the song pops off. Now this artist might not be getting record sale money, but they're getting show money. They're able to, and everybody knows them. And then when social media kicked in, everybody knows them. They could use their social media platforms to make money via YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So you could actually blow up without a record company. So the record company, in trying to screw the artist over, gave them the ability to make money in a whole nother way. And so we go from CDs, which allowed the artist to find a certain way to make money. And then it goes into the record company figures out another way to screw the artist over. And how the record company screw the artist over is with streaming now. So their songs are now streaming, and instead of getting, like, you might have paid $1 for an MP3 download if you go to, I think it's Bandcamp and different places where you might want to support the artist and you download it. So now the streaming platforms are paying artists 0.005 cents, less than a penny, for every time their music is being streamed, right? So you got artists that'll never blow up on Spotify organically anymore, because now the major labels have taken over Spotify, and they basically make sure that their artists are the ones who get the big payouts. Spotify changed its platform, and you used to be able to be Joe Blow, make a song, put it on Spotify, and you would get your pennies every month, whatever the money was. Spotify changed, I think about 2 years ago, where it's like, if you don't meet a certain threshold at Spotify, you don't get paid. It's like the YouTube and Google and Facebook model, where you have to make over $100 before they give you your money. If you don't make your $100 up to $100, they'll just pay it off. I think Spotify is doing it. If you don't have a certain amount of streams, even though they're making money off your music, if you don't have a certain amount of streams, then you don't get no payout. And there's a time limit on when you can get paid. And if that money that you did, they say, for instance, it was the $100 model, and on Spotify you made $99, but they're like, Well, you didn't make 100. We're not going to send you your 100. And then there's a time frame after a certain amount of time that if you don't get to that 100, they send your money to the major labels. So you can't if you don't so it's absolutely ridiculous. So that's when things like Suno comes in. And Suno is an app where you can go on the app, make music, you pay $10 a month, you can make up to 500 songs, and you can sell these songs. And people think it's a horrible thing. Let me tell you why it's not horrible. It's not horrible because why go into a studio and spend $1,000 to record a song, $500 to record a song, when you're only going to get 0.005 of the amount of money I mean per stream. So you're going to be broke depending on streaming companies to actually get you paid. You have to pretty much get billions of streams before you can get any money. And so if that's the case, then you have to cut down your production costs. You can't afford to go into studios anymore and spend a lot of money if you're not going to get no money back. So you need a tool that's going to make it so that you can do stuff for a lot less money right now. So you can go on to like I said, Suno. There's a couple of other apps that will allow you to make music instantly. You describe what you want to make, and you describe what you want to make, and then you let the software grind out the music, and then if you're savvy enough, now you can go into the studio and have an original beat that you can license, and then you can put your vocals on it and spend less money in the studio. I would still say go to a studio and get you a decent vocal, but it definitely gives the studios an opportunity to record more people so they can still make money, because you come in with an instrumental and you can now use that instrumental to make money by putting it on TuneCore, DistroKid, CD Baby, all these different places you can put the money. So be mad at the music, be mad at the changes all you want, or you can utilize the stuff to your advantage. I mean, you can right now today go in, like I'll actually I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you an example of how Suno works. I'm gonna go into my account, because a lot of people, they claim that there's no soul in the music, and and that AI made it, so it's it's not this, it's not that, it's copy this or copy that or whatever. And it's really interesting that people have this argument, because if you think about it, especially in hip hop, in the 80s, almost all the music that hip hop artists were rapping to was stolen from R&B artists that came before them. Almost all the hip hop breaks and beats came from freaking 60s and 70s music, R&B music. And which is really funny, because I was watching the movie The Get Down, the series The Get Down, and they have a character in it that's supposed to be Grandmaster Flash. And he puts a record on the turntable and he goes like, okay, we're looking for the Get Down. The Get Down is the break beat. That, so if you ever seen the series, they call it Get Down. It's the part of the record that's the break beat. And all DJs know what that is. And it was funny because he said, it was funny and sad, because he was like, okay, this is the part of the record you want. Whatever that beat was. And he said the rest of the album is trash. So here we had a whole era of DJs and beat makers making beats, stealing pieces of R&B groups, but discrediting the R&B group that made the actual music. And he said, the rest of the album is trash, just the break beat is good. So that's all. That was a whole era of freaking great musicians being discredited for their work. And then later on, the laws caught up, and people were they were able to sue for samples and stuff like that, and get their just due for the music they made. But it didn't revamp those groups. It didn't bring back the R&B music. It didn't bring back anything. And like there's a whole era of musicians that were just thrown away, and people just only wanted to use their break beat. And so doing something that somebody else did, or using something somebody else did, is not new. Hip hop's been doing it forever. I think one really unique thing about Philadelphia hip hop, though, people don't understand is that I was talking to a young boy one time, DJ No Rap, and he asked me, he said, "What is the Philadelphia sound when it comes to hip hop?" And I'm sitting there like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you know what I mean? He said, "What is the Philadelphia sound when it comes to hip hop?" So I was like, I was befuddled. I couldn't come up with an answer. And he said, "Do you realize that almost all the Philadelphia artists that came out in the '80s used drum machines? Their New York artists were using either a band or break beats." He said, "But in Philly, artists like myself, Schoolie, Cash Money, EST, like we were using drum machines to make our beats." And that was the Philly sound. And then eventually, rappers in Philly just started rapping to the same break beats from the 60s and 70s that everybody else was rapping to. But if you listen to almost any of the records that came out in the 80s, we talking like, I would say from Schoolie on, probably up into the 90s, most of those records throughout the 80s were drum machine driven. They would have scratches and samples in them, but it wasn't the sample we were actually rapping to. We had a drum beat going, and then we would add to the drum beat. Where other artists, the New York artists, were just rapping to whatever the break beat that came from the record, and that was pretty much the Philly sound. It was a really unique period in hip hop, and so yeah, it's as far as the music goes and AI and the way it's moving, man, use these tools. Use these tools, learn how to use these tools, and save money on your productions, because at the end of the day, you're going to get robbed in the music business, period. It is the nature of the beast. You're never going to get your just due. It's like I said, it can be an evil business. If you look at the whole thing that's going on with these mega producers and some of the things these young people have to do just to be artists, it's sad. It's really sad. The gatekeepers, their requirements for you getting into the music business are practically selling your soul at times. So if you can keep down your cost and utilize the tools that are out there to get your music out, market yourself every single day, you can make some money still in this business. But you definitely have to take care of your overhead. You got to keep your costs down. And some of these AI tools will give you the ability to keep your costs down. So yes, I'm gonna get to this Suno thing. This thing is much longer than what I wanted it to be, but I'm on a roll. So the software I like using is called Suno, and it's a beat making platform. If you pay them $10 a month, you own the music. I've already released a few songs using Suno beats. Another cool thing is you can get Suno to make beats for you, and then if you want to, then you can then chop those beats up, and then the same way you producers are taking old records and chopping pieces out of the record to make new songs, you can do the same thing. You let AI make the beat, you bring it into your DAW, and you bring out your tools and you chop it up, sample it up, and spin it the way you want to spin it, and it's 100% yours. So, but you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You don't have to spend licensing fees. You don't have to buy the sample. You don't have to go through any of that stuff, and you can still sell those records on the streaming platforms, and maybe you can get a hit. But the game is spend less and be more productive. So that to me is the way that you flip it, like they flipped CDs into MP3s, and then MP3s into mega users, and then being able to build platforms for themselves. Um, let's see, where is it? I want to mirror my screen. So let's go ahead and mirror. And let's go. I mirrored the wrong screen. Again. Every morning I wake up, I eat. All right. All right, hold up. Let me remove. What am I doing? I wish y'all could see how tiny this screen is. I'm trying to use the mouse on. It's crazy. All right, so I want my main display. Nope. Mirror. All right, so here we are. So I'm going to open up my Suno app, and I'm gonna do something. Oh, actually, I can't play. I can't play Suno live for some reason. I haven't figured it out, but I'm not able to. If I bring up my Suno app and play music through it, it doesn't come through for some reason. I guess it's something with the browser. But I'll play a song from. I'll play some songs that I got made inside of Suno. Um, this actually works. Let's see.
Pizza don't need no holiday. It's
Wait a minute. Do. Whatever it takes. All right, so I think that's a short one. Oh, I don't have a. It's a hard drive that I don't have in here. Nope. Let's see. All right. So I wrote a song. This one, I know this will play. I wrote a song for my daughter, and I I put the I put the words in that I wanted. And here's one of the songs. This is just the instrumental because I was actually going to just re-sing it, but just the quality of the music that you get from this platform. Let me see. Now, when I did this, yeah, 1, 2. It's called "Hey Little Pretty One." I'm gonna probably do another. Let me stop this. I'm going to do another. I'm going to do another podcast where once I solve my Suno problems, where I can show you live on the app how the stuff works. I'll just record it. But here is where are we? Just songs that were made on the app. Like this, like I had an idea, and it's for a movie idea we had, and this guy was singing a song that "You're Too Big for Me" was the name of the song, and so here's the song right here. It's called "Girl, You're Too Big for Me." So it's about a girl that's overweight, and I just put the lyrics in, and this is what it come up with, because it comes up with the actual singers as well.
There she go again. What a heavenly sight. A little piece of heaven with an angel inside. There she go again, knocking at my door, looking for love and just a little bit more. But girl, you're too big for me. Girl, you're too big for me. Oh, girl, you're too big for me. I can't handle you. I can't handle you. She's got a man at home. She knows he treats her bad, but she just won't leave, and it makes me so mad. But she's a faithful woman. She's been with him for years, and through all his lying and cheating, she's cried a river of tears. But girl, you're too big for me. Oh, girl, you're too big for me.
But here's the thing. So that song took 17 seconds to make. Just imagine yourself in a situation when you got a song idea, but you're not a musician. You don't know how to play music, and you depend on musicians. So as an independent person trying to make music in a business that's going to rob you blind, you have got, and you still have passion to make it, you have got to find the best way that you can absolutely make the music that you can. Now, if it blows up, then you go ahead and you you hire some musicians, you do a live band, you do a live show, the whole 9 yards. But these apps, they give you an opportunity to get off of the couch, to get out of your brain, to get out of your way, and you could be making songs and music in no time. So that's one thing that let's see. That's one thing that these AI apps afford you. Now, the coolest thing about like even when you think about music, I think about the musician that didn't get replaced with drum machines and keyboards and synthesizers. For the most part, the person that pretty much still kept his job is the piano player. Because if you could play piano, then you probably could use a DAW and make any kind of music that you want. So that's kind of a cool thing. But for the most part, man, the music business is such trash in terms of being able to get compensated for your work, that you gotta find better ways to get yourself in. So I'm gonna flip through some songs that I have in here that I did with Suno, just to give you another idea what stuff sounds like.
Through the cold night street, in the darkest seat, I'm right where the shadows fall, through the tears that call, I will stand so tall.
Yeah, I'm boom back. Boom back for life.
Lights are flashing quick, music pounding thick. Feet.
Another thing about using AI and Suno and different things. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that I did try to use, they either take forever to get to me. You know what I mean? I give them the idea, or the idea that they have is not really what I want. They still expect to get paid for something that's not really satisfying me in the whole 9 yards. So to be able to pay $10 a month and get 500 songs and get them in seconds. These beats that I'm playing are made in seconds. So it's like, I can go back to creating. Now, the thing about AI, it is mostly for people that are uber productive. That's what they're made for. They're not made for the artist who's sitting in his grandma's basement making beats and trying to sell those beats and all that kinds of stuff. It's not for that kind of person. It's for the person who's like, I got 20 songs and I want to get them done this week, and I don't want to go through a whole bunch of junk and crap. I want to own my music, own the music that gets made, and I want to put it on streaming platform now. So that's what it's made for. And you can love it or hate it, but again, people are going to pick and choose which technologies they want to be against. And nobody had a problem with the drum machine or the keyboard playing horns or the keyboard playing the guitar on his keyboard or the like different instruments. Nobody had a problem with that. Music has to progress. The world has got to progress. And because if the record company wasn't so dirty, then I'd say, look, go in the studio and spend $10,000 on an album, 30,000 dollars on the album, because you may be able to recoup that. But you can look at record companies and stuff that they release and see how many artists did they release, and the artists go plastic. They don't sell a record. And then so you're sitting in there, you're gonna put all your money out to make this music, and then you don't get no money back. All it's gonna do is make you disgruntled. Um, so people get into this whole thing about, yeah, well, like even the scratching in this thing is like AI. And I remember trying to hire DJs to give me scratches so that I can put in songs, they either weren't, they wasn't getting back to me, or the stuff that they did, well, suffered from what I say, quantization problems. So like they're scratching at one tempo and the tempo keeps changing. It just makes it more difficult to put a song together because I got to piece all that shit together. So yeah, this stuff, like I said, these beats, they were made in seconds. Um, Now this is a beat I used. I got a song called Nobody Writes Rhymes for Me. So I took it and I chopped it up in the way that I wanted to chop it up, but it's pretty much the gist of the same song, and I put it out. It's for sale, streaming on all platforms. Another thing, AI don't complain. It don't come and smoke weed in my studio because I don't smoke. I'd never smoked ever. Um, it's just a lot of human problems that I don't have to deal with. That like I'm like, look, I'm gonna stay productive forever, and I'm gonna use every tool I could possibly use. More in that lo-fi style. Let's see. We got what we got here. More lo-fi.
Yeah,
You can start your own radio
yeah.
station.
You are my partner with a rocker with a rocker with a fucker with a fucker with a fucker with a fucker. You are my rocker with a rocker with a.
Now this is something that Suno does that I think is really cool. Is like, say for instance, you want to feel a song that has a certain feel to it, and and when you get it, you don't really know how to flow with it. So what it'll do is it'll give you a flow, and there's no words. It's just making sounds so that you can get a cadence. What you can do with that, what is called rap sketching, something I never done before. But I did some music for a guy in Europe, and he sent me some sketch like stuff. It was just like I wanted them that. It was just mumble rap, and he was trying to show me the cadence and how he wanted the rap to go. And so I never done that before in my life. I just, if I'm gonna do a song, I just write the song and piece it together and make it happen. But some people need that get a feel for a record type thing. I pride myself on being able to put a rhyme to any style of beat. So I never really had those kind of issues, but that's something cool that it does. If you're stuck and you don't know how you want the rhyme to flow, it'll just flow it. It'll just give you a flow with no words, and then you can like, get the instrumental and then do your song from there. I just see somebody who really know how to cut records up and in the tiny pieces and then make their own stuff out of the beats. I see them really living and breathing in AI because like you don't have to worry about copyright or sample because of the source that it comes from, and you can chop it up any kind of way you want and just be making beats for days off stuff that you can actually legally use. I mean, this stuff is really crazy. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see it. Yeah. It's advantageous for me to be courageous. Pages and pages and pages of lyrical phrases are contagious to the brain like a strain of bacteria. I'm your superior, sucker, you're inferior. You're in a state of hysteria, criteria. It's time I let her know, and in fact, you're in serious weak. Like a newborn in your... Yo, don't get me started in here, man. Boom bap forever. Crazy. This shit funky as shit. Anybody say AI don't got no soul? Ain't got no soul. This is crazy. And you can break these songs down into stems and use pieces and parts that you want. So if you want to take out the scratching and put in your own, you'll put in your own lyrics, chop it up. Like, look, man, it's just like the world's changing. Look, it's like you either adapt or die. That's like... Check it out, Imagine, you can have a jam session with yourself and your AI all day, every day. And think about this. Suppose one of these songs you make that you spend $10, and look, I'm not getting paid by Suno. I just want people to be able to be creative, because the more people that can be creative, the more diverse the stuff that we could hear. I'm hoping that people will make songs that are in the nature of what music was made for, and it was made to make people feel better, to feel good, not to make you feel depressed or to shut you down and have you wanting to kill yourself or kill somebody else. That's not what music was made for. That's not how music started. Our music started in the freaking cotton fields with a man just singing to make himself feel better to get through the day. Swing low, sweet cherry cherry. I'm just saying, originally it was to make you feel good, to make you party. If you look at the Billboard charts for let's say I don't know 50, 60 years, the songs that blow the most are the songs that make you feel good, the songs that make you want to dance, the song that makes you want to move, the songs that give you hope. Those are the songs that get the most views because at our core, everybody wants to feel good. I don't care who a person is or how they are. They want to feel good. And if you could tap into that and make some music that makes people want to get up and feel good and feel great, then look, you might have something that blows up like crazy and you only pay $10 for it. That's that's insane. And but yeah, I mean for the music. So that's that's where it is. That's the new wave. Like Jazzy Jeff said in my Philly boy documentary, the Breeze has always been a step ahead of everybody else. And it's not that, it's just I'm more open to new things. I'm more open to try new stuff. Um, and and that's what that is. So yeah. Oh, and the shirt. This is the Scrum shirt on sale right now at stillbreezeentertainment.com, and I have several other shirts and for different projects that I'm putting out. The Scrums is another cartoon series. That's actually going to be a series starting the beginning of next year. But anyway, yeah. So I just want people to to get out of their own way. Most of the people that I see that complain about AI tools weren't really productive in the beginning. So, they don't really matter. Like the only people that matter to me are people that are productive and need an edge, that need help, that need a way to make it so that they're not always starting at way in the back of the line. So these tools are so that they can level the playing field a little bit. And ain't nobody got no money to be going in the studio and spending thousands of dollars and they don't get nothing back for it. You know, the streaming situation is hard. It's horrible. The amount of money you get for streaming is absolutely abhorrent. Like, even Snoop, he was like, yo, I had a billion streams. They gave me $80. It wasn't 80, but it was just like in relationship to streaming. I looked at my TuneCore thing. It looks like 11 million streams. That's crazy because I ain't got nowhere near the amount of money that those streams would produce. Even if the record was a quarter, I would be paid. I would be nice. 11 million streams? Come on, you know what that is in quarters? Look, just give me dimes. But streaming gives you less than a freaking penny. So try to get your production on and spend as least money as you possibly can. Put all your energy into it. Then market the hell out of it. Boom, back forever. Yeah, so let me see how long I've been on this job. I'm about to get off of here. This is crazy, man. Montana Black.
Yeah, it was the real to
Yeah, there's another one of those things where Suno takes a vocal and gives you a cadence. It's not no actual words, but it tries to suggest to you a way that would be cool to rap to on that particular song. I mean, some of them are good, some of them are bad. Some of them, I particularly don't need them. I like figuring out the puzzle. I'm in my own world. I don't approach music in a way where a lot of people approach music, where they're coming in and they're trying to make their music sound like something that already exists. That's not how I make music. It's not how I ever made music. How I make music is I try to fit myself into the beat like an instrument. Like I want to syncopate my vocals to the beat in the way that it's done, and see what I can come up with, because there's no greater joy in the world. And I'm spoiled. I put my first record out my way, my money, my label, and I had a decent amount of success, which put me and took me completely around the world. When other people were like tripping on Sonics, Sonics don't mean nothing if people that are listening to the music, if it doesn't relate to them in some way, if it doesn't make them feel something. You can have the cleanest freaking 48 track, 48 hertz song you ever heard in your entire life. And if it doesn't appeal on a human level, people are not going to care. My first record, if anybody has it, play it. There is a hum through the entire record because we recorded on a 4-track studio, and the guy, we talking about an old reel-to-reel 4-track. Maybe he wasn't grounded or something, but when you listen to the record, there's a whole hum through the entire thing. Like when it's coming on, every morning I wake up, like it's just a hum through it. And the people that listen to that record don't give a damn about the hum. The record appealed to their, at the time, their political stance on, these parasitic businesses that come into black neighborhoods and just really take over and don't put nothing back. And that's what Chinese stores are and have been for years. And then some people related to it because it was funny. Some people related. Not one person ever said, "Hey man, I ain't like that hum in your record." Not one. They didn't care. It was the content, the substance of what was in the record. And so look, man, get your music done, keep making it, keep doing it. And the beautiful thing is that the artists are going to keep on arting, and people who did it as opportunists just to be, I want to be like that guy, or I want to make music like that guy, but they wasn't really musicians. They want to rap, but they can't rap, so they get another guy to write it. Which is insane, because when they don't make it and they fail, I mean, they're going to just stop making music. But the artists, I'm 61 years old and I'm still making songs, still making music. And as I decline, I need to use tools to make it so that it fills in the gaps. I'm not around, I'm 3,000 miles away from home, from my actual home. So, and even when I was home, man, I'd call people to get help, to help me with projects, man. I get blown off so much. It's just like, it's crazy. I'm going to tell you one thing I learned is the person that says, "I got you," don't. That's what I learned. And so AI for me has been a way that I could get myself. So if I want something quick, real, done real quick, I jump on the computer. I'm like, "Hey, Suno, I want this style beat. I want horns in it. I want scratches in it. Boom bap, the 90s, boom." And it basically spits out songs, and I write stuff to them. So it's cool for making movies. You're making movies and you need beats and you need music, any type of music you can think of. I don't know if some of you heard, I got a song where I took Discombobulator Boobulator's lyrics and put it on a country song. Like, it's freaking hilarious. Then there's another one I did to a blues song, because you can bring your own lyrics in to these apps. Let me see what this is real quick. Man, this stuff's crazy. Yeah, so that's it, man. I'm gonna get off this. Get off of this thing, and what is this here? Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this podcast with a cool ass song.
Who's bad? Who's bad? Who's bad? Bad, I'm super bad. Here I go again, reminiscing
crossfade cut. I make you say ho, we make you shake your butt. But me and Trevor, we can't do it alone. We got what? He's my DJ Trevor, and he's super bad. Super bad. Super bad. He is a necessary adversary with the high potential. The talent that he possesses, nothing less than beneficial. Through association, Homo sapiens attract, but the way we get together, then it's set to the fact. I'm bragging and boasting, and I'm talking about Trevor, 'cause there's no one that I know that's much clever than him. If you wanna battle any day, I wanna tell you this is what we have to say. We're strong, bold, and demanding, and the rhymes are so outstanding. You gotta face the fact and the reality, boy. Me and Trevor are hailing. I'm bad. I'm super bad. Super bad. Super bad. Trevor, and rock the beat so quick. I've only got one thing to say. Get off my tip! I'm breezing out. Breezing out. Super bad. Super bad.
All right. So I'm out. Peace. Thanks, Mikey White, for letting me know the sound was good. And I'll be back at you. If you found something you want me to talk about, just hit me up, DM me, and I'll give you my 9 cents. You know what I mean? What's up, Mike? Quick. Let's see. We got yeah. We'll get off this thing right now. So, man, love you as usual, man. Yo, Philly, stay safe, man. You know, don't hurt nobody. And watch your six, man. Look, it's a dangerous place all over the world. But yeah, you know. Wow, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, man. All right, so the one thing discouraged me is because I couldn't get this freaking technology to work properly. It seems like I got it, so I'll be on here more. I don't know when and I don't know why, but I'll be back at you. And like again, if it's something you want to talk about, want me to talk about, my opinion on it, I can do the best, give you the best take that I can give you. Yeah, so I'm gonna get off this thing, and I'm MC Breeze, and I am out of here.